welcome to Southern Girl Knits, episode 16. We're really getting up there in the numbers, right? Excuse me. Okay, so for all of you who have come back, welcome back. For those of you finding me for the first time, welcome. Hope you enjoy yourself. So I just realized that I think I'm wearing the same shirt I recorded in last week. I swear I bathe. I do. But basically, we've been trapped in the house for 2 weeks because of the ice and the snow. So you're kind of lucky at this point that I'm even functional, rational, sane. Okay, sane might be stretching a little bit. I'm probably not quite so sane. The kids are back at school today. Yay! It's Thursday. They have had 1 day of school since, well, they didn't have school. They had 1 day of school last week and an optional day. It was a day where it was really still a lot of ice and snow on the ground, and if you couldn't get to school, you didn't have to go. And my kids couldn't get to school, so they didn't go. So they had 1 day of school last week, and this is their first day of school back this week, and it's Thursday. So, and you know, it's crazy because it's not like I don't enjoy having my kids here. You know, I love the summer times. When school's out, we have so much fun. But when you're trapped in together, and it's ice and it's snow, and it's so cold outside, you can't leave, you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything. No. Cabin fever set in pretty quickly. Yeah, it was not fun times. The first day or two, it was like, woohoo, snow days, yay, let's do all the fun things. And day 3 and 4, everybody kind of started getting a little snippy with each other. After about day 6 or 7, yeah. Remember that part in The Shining with Jack Nicholson where he's gone like completely mad and he's like, here's Johnny. Yeah. It's pretty much where I was yesterday. So, yeah. But they're back at school. They are as happy about that as I am. So I have my coffee because, yeah, gotta have that coffee. So it's been keeping me alive for like the last 10 days. I've kind of moved on to using my French press more because it just makes better coffee. Yeah. I've decided that. So, let's talk about all the things I was supposed to say. I'm Tish, and I'm your host. You can find me on Ravelry as TishKnits33. Instagram, I am TishKnits, which is where you will find me the most. And not that I'm not on Ravelry. I am. I'm pretty good about checking in on Ravelry and checking messages and whatnot. But I do a lot of my posting, I guess like a lot of people do, you know, post kind of your everyday stuff on Instagram. I've kind of even moved over more from Facebook onto Instagram. I'm not a big fan of Facebook right now. I don't know. I think it skews your worldview. You think everybody has like these perfect lives and you're like, why is everybody's life so perfect? Well, because nobody posts the crap that they're going through on Facebook. They just post their Disney World pictures. Okay, I'm kind of in a rant mood. I gotta get past that, right? So, you would think with all the ice and snow days, I've gotten all of this magical stuff done and like knitted all the things and yeah, not so much. I mean, I got knitting done. Don't get me wrong. I got some knitting done, but not all the things. Yeah, it was kind of with all the kids home and them needing my attention, you just don't get as much done as you think you would. So, but I did get things done to show you, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to start off with my newest thing that I'm super excited about this, okay? I've jumped on the bandwagon. And once again, this is an old bandwagon that I'm jumping on because I'm never new to things. Yeah, not that girl. I'm like the 2 years later girl. So everybody knows that I like to do embroidery. I've showed you my embroidery on this show before. And I decided that I've been watching Karen from Round the Twist, and she's been showing off her Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Which one is she doing? I want to say she's doing the Winter Sampler. from 2014, or is it a Christmas sampler? I'm not sure. Either way, it's precious. It is so stinking cute. I mean, I love it. I don't know. I just love it. And she finished it on last week's episode and showed it off, and I was like, that's so cool. It's like not your grandmother's cross stitch anymore. Kind of like knitting, right? It's like not your grandmother's knitting. Like when I tell people that I'm in a knitting group, I think they think I sit around with a bunch of 80-year-old women knitting like baby booties. I mean, we do knit baby booties, but you know, we're not 80. I actually have a great knitting group. They're wonderful. We met this last Saturday. We were able to sneak out in the midst of the rain and snow had let up for a day. Of course, it was pouring down rain. But we were all had such bad cabin fever. We snuck out to, we have an English tea room in the town right next to us. And it's run by a lady from Scotland and her daughter. And so they have like all proper Scottish food, English food. I don't know the difference. They had like bangers and mash, and I got the shepherd's pie, and then they had a bunch of things that I can't remember and couldn't pronounce even if I did. So we had tea, and we sat and knitted for like 2 hours. I left after 2.5 hours because I had errands to run before the next thing of ice came in. Some of the girls hung out for like another hour. It was crazy time. Yeah, sometimes you just got to get away, right? So, but they have a proper English tea room set up in the back, and you can book a party, and they do proper English tea time. So, yeah, I'm totally doing that for my birthday. I'm so excited about it. It's the little things. It is the little things, people. Yes. So, anyway, while I was there, I brought my to-go knitting, in my purse knitting. I worked on Lainey's socks. If you remember last time, I had done the Fish Lips Kiss Heel. Okay, magic loop. These like are all up in the way. I did the Fish Lips Kiss Heel, which loving it. So I just worked on coming down the foot. Nothing real significant. This is done out of the Magic and Moonshine, and I did 62 stitches around. I'm working on size. My needles are doing something funky. Oh, okay. These are my size 1 carbons. And for the foot, I'm just doing stocking knit. So, and these I knit one at a time because it's my purse knitting. So I need it to stay small. So it's just the ball of yarn and the sock. So I got a little bit of that done because believe it or not, you can go to knit group and have all intentions of doing nothing but knitting. And yeah, really, you just end up talking. Which it's like our therapy, right? Free therapy. So, and then that night, I ran all my errands, and once I got home that night, Lainey and Russ had the father-daughter dance that our church sponsored one. Actually, this whole month has been full of father-daughter dances. The town that we live in hosted one. The school district hosted one for the elementary girls, the wee little girls. And I don't know, there was just a lot of fathers and daughters dressed up going out to dances, which I think is amazing. I think it's wonderful. I mean, I can't fathom having done that as a kid with my dad. Like the first time I ever danced with my dad was at my wedding. The last time I danced with my dad was at my wedding. I love my dad, don't get me wrong. It's just, can't see it. So, I will try to find those pictures. I know they sent me the pictures, so if I can locate them, let me see if I have them. If I have them, I am going to put them in here for you and if you follow me on Instagram, I think that you probably already saw them. Okay, I do have the pictures, so I'm going to put them in right here. Aren't they cute? They're so precious. And I'm so proud of my husband. I mean, really, come on. You know, he's a good guy. He took his daughter on a beautiful date. He said he wanted to show her what a proper date was like so that when it comes time for her to date, she knows what a proper date is. Yes. Because my husband is the type of guy who still opens the door for me. Like, yeah. After this many years, he's still opening doors for me. He's a great guy. So, and a wonderful dad. Lucky girl. Lucky girl. Okay. Sorry, my nose is itching. I think this happens every time I record. My nose like never itches. I come to talk to you guys and I'm just like, okay, I'm a little spasticated. I'm going to try to, as we say in our house, I'm going to take it from a 10 down to a 2. Okay, so what else? I want to tell you about okay, let's rewind. All excited because I decided to do the frosted pumpkin stitchery. So I've never done cross stitch. I'm quite intimidated by it, or I was. And I can't tell you why. I have no idea why I was intimidated by it. I've done embroidery. I can hand sew. I've done hand quilting. But for some reason, I saw it and I was like, ooh. But on a whim, probably due to cabin fever and wanting something new, I downloaded the Storytime Sampler, the 2015 Storytime Sampler. And the way that it works is it's kind of like, I guess it's like a stitch along. You get the pattern, and this one, because it's February, so January and February are out, and then every month they will email you the pattern for each square until you've gotten to the end. So I can't, obviously, there's not much that I'm able to show you. This is obviously paid for, and I'm sure there are people that do want to be surprised. But this is what you see when you order it, so I'm not giving anything away. Let me see. Isn't that precious? And I believe that this, yeah, that's, okay, I don't know if that's the first one or not. Obviously, I just started, so I have no idea. It's like a 16-page pattern. It's crazy, but it's awesome because they give you very, very, very detailed instructions. I mean, it is step by step. It's what you need exactly, where to get it, how to get it. If you don't want to go and put your own kit together, they tell you where to go buy the kit already put together. It's amazing and surprisingly cheap, or at least for me, I thought it was cheap. I thought, not cheap, well priced for what you're doing and the project that you're getting. It's a year-long project, and the pattern is very reasonable. And then I decided to put my own kit together, so I went to the store, bought all the things. I mean, yeah, totally worth it. I mean, seriously, it's going to be so much fun. So I'm going to show you, I got these from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, Hobby Lobby. Yeah, Hobby Lobby. And what it is it's to put all your thread on. Isn't that cute? And this is all of the thread that you need for the whole entire project for the whole year. So I was sitting there last night because on the back, I don't want to show it, but on the back you write the number that the thread is and the symbol that it is on the pattern. So you're not, constantly looking through bobbins and whatnot for the next thread that you need. And they're in order as well. And so I was sitting there filling these out. We were sitting on the couch having a glass of wine. It took me about an hour to do this. And my husband's like, that's a lot of work. And I'm like, well, yeah, but it's worth it, And then I realized that he thought I was going to have to do this every month for every square. And I was like, no, this is for the whole year. Like, once I finish this, after like the fourth episode of Friends, second glass of wine, I was done. And I was like, but that's it. This is a year's worth, and I'm done. And so it's awesome. And I keep it I've got this little bag. I'm pretty sure that this was made for scrapbooking, but I found it at Tuesday Morning because, yeah, you can find some awesome craft stuff there. So, and it's, yeah. So I keep all of the things in my bag, including, I'll show you like my massive progress. I literally started this like 20 minutes before I decided that I was going to record today. So, let's see. Yeah, this is my amazing progress. Wha-bam! Woohoo! The hardest part, I have to say, was figuring out, and that is one thing that I wish they would put on the pattern for just a little blip on the pattern for new beginners. Luckily, Ravelry is amazing, and I just posted the question to the group, and within like 30 minutes, somebody told me. So it was fine. But when you get the pattern, it's, if you've never done cross stitch, it's a little intimidating, right? And I looked at everything, I got everything set up, and I went, well, now what? You know, like where do you start? Where do you begin? You know? And so I posted that question on the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery has a Rav group, and I posted that on there. I said, look, I'm brand new. I've got everything set up. I've done all the preparations. Where do I start? I mean, do you start at the top? Do you start at the bottom? And this nice lady answered me back and said, look, this is exactly what you do. You know, you make your crease in the middle, and you start in the middle, and you go from there. Start in the middle, make your first, you know, cross stitch, and just go. I was like, I can do that, right? It's just thread. Worst case scenario, I rip it out and go buy some more. And so this morning, I didn't start last night because, you know, after like a glass and a half of wine, you really don't want to start cross stitching. So I started this morning, and it was surprisingly easy and surprisingly fun. So yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy that. And if it's something that I make a lot of progress on, it's a year-long project. Because you don't even get, now I'm already 2 months behind because they released January's at the end of December, and then February's in January, so on and so forth. So March, actually I have no idea when they come out, but March is probably about to come out. So I've got a lot of catching up to do. But I'm assuming that whole, hey, this is new thing is going to happen, and I'm going to like do a whole bunch of work really fast. And then after that, the progress will probably slow down, and I'll show you month to month. Like maybe once a month, I'll show you where I am on it. And hopefully I'll finish it in a year like you're supposed to, but you know, high hopes. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. So I guess we'll see. You're along for the ride with me here, people. So, okay, what else? Oh, I finished something. So the ice and snow did help a little bit because I finished something, right? I finished my honey cowl. Now it hasn't been blocked, and the ends have not been woven in because, yeah, but it is done. And I love it. It's perfect. Remember how I said I don't like mine too wide? Turned out to be the perfect width. I love that. See, if it was any wider for me, I just would hate it. And I can double it up and have yarn in my hair. So see? Perfection. I love it. I'm so excited. So, yay! It's done. Now it shall be blocked and the ends woven in. I like to block and then weave in the ends. And so, all finished. And that was done out of the Red Heart Boutique Unforgettable in the Meadow colorway. And it did not even, I didn't even use, it's only 280 yards and I still have this much left. Yeah. And I bought 2 skeins of this. So who knows? Maybe I'll make some matching gloves. It's a single ply yarn, which I personally enjoy. My nose will probably start itching now because I've pulled it out. So I might make a nice pair of Susie's Reading Mitts. I love that pattern. I haven't knit those since obviously I've started the show. But that's a pattern that I've knit quite a bit in the past. I don't have any because it's inevitable that I give them away. But I love that pattern. It's fun, it's cute, it's fast, and I think that's the perfect yarn for it. So I might have to do that. So I got a little bit done on what was to be hubby's socks and is now my dad's. I got the afterthought heel stripe or forethought heel. You can see the purple. That purple is, I haven't went past that. I went past it on this one. Oh, I haven't even put it in on this one. It's almost time for this one. And remember the issue that I was having with this, it's, all the other stripes are the same, except for this color. And I can't figure that out. It doesn't matter. It's still nice yarn. And they'll be great socks for my dad, and he'll love them. And he won't care that there's one stripe that is just a little bit longer than the other stripes. It kind of bugs me a little bit just because I don't understand it. I don't get it, but whatever. Que sera, sera. Now onto the sweater. So I've gotten progress done on the sweater. Every time I pull out the sweater, my husband and daughter have taken to picking on me about it because, like I've told you before, I've had sweater yarn. I buy sweater quantities worth of yarn, knit a piece of a sweater, rip it out, and then the sweater becomes something, the yarn becomes something different, which is usually a cowl, a shawl, a hat. So they've taken, because we have a sweater cowl going on, they've taken to calling this the sweater cowl because they think it's inevitable that I'm going to rip this out and turn it into a cowl. We like to pick on each other in this family. But I have made progress. I am at the, let's see. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get good pictures of this because of the yarn. But these are my little progress keepers. I have done 2 decreases, and I'm about to work on the 3rd decrease. I'm not sure how many decreases there are. There are quite a bit. And this is the Stroker by Ysolda Teague. And I'm doing this in the Let Loafy. And I had someone in the group who I am so very thankful post. I was talking about how this yarn is kind of sticky and it's kind of scratchy. And when I swatched, I used soak, and I, soaked it and blocked it, and it's wonderful. It really is. And she was telling, I was saying that it's still, a little, even after a good soak and a good block, it's still a little bit scratchy. So I'll probably have to wear a shirt, like a shirt under it, a tank top under it. And she was nice enough to tell me that she's either in the Craftsy knit along that involves this yarn, not this sweater, but this yarn, that they were saying that you have to soak it a certain way with shampoo and then conditioner, or is it just conditioner? It's in our group. It's in the Southern Girl Knits group on Ravelry under Sweater Cowl, which I think I have stickied, so it's at the top. If not, I need to sticky that. So she was telling me about that how when it comes time to block the sweater, how to do the soak properly with conditioner, like hair conditioner. And I was like, that's bloody brilliant. And it makes perfect sense too, because it's wool. It makes sense that conditioner would make it so amazingly soft, right? Like, so excited about this knowledge. Thank you. I'm so sorry I can't remember your Rav name, but like, yeah, you're awesome. I feel like now I'm even more excited about finishing the sweater and blocking it out because it's going to be awesome. And I'm determined to finish it just to prove my husband and daughter wrong. I'm not competitive. What? Okay, so let's see, what else? Oh, so I was flipping through podcasts to watch, because Snow and Ice, there's not, I'm kind of I told you I hit the bottom of Netflix a long time ago. So, yeah. So I'm watching podcasts, going through new and different podcasts, and I found the Nick's Knits, but I think it's Knick's Knits. His name is Nick, and he put a K on it, so it's K Nick's Knits. Anyway, he's on YouTube. He's adorable. Oh my gosh. He's so cute. He's like 14 years old. He's in, which I guess would make him like either maybe a freshman in high school. I'm just flabbergasted by the work this young man does. And he's got a great podcast. He's totally adorable. And I'm watching him, and he was saying how he likes to knit for other people. And so he has, like, he'll have people, he's in plays at school, and he'll knit in the dressing room, which, major props, like, awesomeness. So little friends see him knitting a pair of socks, and they're like, "Oh, knit me a pair." And when he said that, my first reaction was, I hate when people do that. I hate when I'm knitting a pair of socks and people that you barely know are like, "Oh, can you knit me a pair?" Like, you just go home and, like, crank them out in an hour. And he's like, "Sure." And he'll just knit people's socks. And I'm like, "You're pretty awesome." Yeah. And so he said, "Well, it's kind of awkward if your friend asks you to knit him a pair of socks, and you don't want to go out like breaking out the tape measure, measuring his foot, right?" He said, so he goes to the Yarn Craft Council of America. I'm not sure what the URL is. I'm sure you can just Google, and it will bring you to their webpage. But on there, he said what he does is he'll just ask them what their shoe size is. And if they say, like, "Okay, well, I wear a size 11, then he can go to that webpage, and they give you, like, if you wear this size shoe, your foot's going to be approximately this length, this circumference, da-da-da-da-da. Kid's bloody brilliant. I was like, that's amazing. So, yeah. Cute little podcast. Worth checking out. Totally. He is also in the same swap I was doing. I'm doing a swap in Homespun House. She's doing a My Favorite Things swap, which we are, like, totally going to have to do because it's so cool. You get matched up with people from, like, all around the country, and you can choose if you want to match up with someone from the States or from, another country, or mix and match, whatever. I got my swap partner today. I'm super excited about that. I believe I only did a quick little look. I want to say she's from Norway because I wanted someone out of the country. Yeah, yeah. And you swap, I want to say it's 6, like, mini skeins of yarn, but it's like you can use your leftovers, and then you do your favorite things, like you tea or coffee, candy, just a fun little package, just something fun. I mean, it's for me, it's like, it's something to look forward to, like getting that in the mail from someone so far away, and seeing, what their favorite tea is, and their favorite chocolates are, and what kind of yarn they've knit, their socks in, and here's their scraps, and I can use it as part of my barn raising quilt, right? So excited. Yeah. So we're going to do that. I'm going to see how this goes and see how it works out, and how many problems, if she has any problems, and kind of maybe learn from her. And we totally need, are y'all on board with that? Because I'm getting excited just thinking about it. I'm like, we should start it tomorrow. So, yeah. That's exciting. So I think, okay. As far as what I am reading, and you know that I finished the Origin trilogy. I think I told you last week, by A.G. Riddle. That is done and over with. That was epic. So because it was so epic, sometimes when I do that, I read a book that is like, wow. It takes you a little while. It's almost like you have to process it before you can jump into something else. So what I do is I'll usually throw in some, like, brain candy books. And so I'm in a brain candy mode right now. And I'm reading, I love these little knitting mysteries. I don't know if I've told you about that before, but there's a lot of authors out there that write these little knitting mystery books. And they're cute, they're quirky, they're fun. they're brain candy. And I don't mean that to say that like the author isn't a good writer. They're great little books. They don't take up a lot of your attention and brain power. They're fun. They're cute. And the one I'm reading now is A Dark and Stormy Knit. And I cannot remember the name of the author. Anne Canado. I'm probably saying her name wrong, but you can look it up. It's A Dark and Stormy Knit. I want to say it's her latest book in the series. And believe it or not, I haven't read any books in the series and didn't realize when I downloaded it that I was downloading the latest one, not the first one. And I started reading it. Luckily, they're standalone. The characters are all the same in each of the books, and there is that natural getting to know the characters as the series goes by. But as far as the book, you can just pick one up out of the series, out of order, and not be lost. Does that make sense? So I'm enjoying it. Because I joined Kindle Unlimited. Well, I got it free for 30 days, so I'm trying it out to see how it works. And so that one was on the Kindle Unlimited. That's why I grabbed it and just started reading it and then realized, oh, this is not the first book. But that's okay, because if I enjoy it, I will go back and read the first book. Because, that's how I roll. So, yeah, that's fun times. I'm kind of taking my time on that one, just kind of enjoying it. Everything's been kind of at a slower pace here, obviously, because of everything going on. But now I'm looking outside and there's blue skies. I haven't seen a blue sky in like 10 days. If it weren't so stinking cold, I would go sit outside. I am so looking forward to spring. Oh my gosh. Like I need the vitamin D. Seriously. Like, and you can see how white I am, right? Because I don't wear makeup. I'm sorry. I love you guys. But this is just me on a normal basis. I am not a makeup wearer. I have never been a makeup wearer. If you see me with makeup on, it's probably because I just came back home from somewhere or I'm leaving to go somewhere that society makes you put on makeup to go there. Because I don't like makeup. So, yeah, you can tell I need some sun, right? So I'm looking forward to spring. I want to sit out back. I want to knit and read and drink my coffee and tea and enjoy the sunlight. That is my goal. Right now I'm getting by on vitamin D pills and coffee. What else are you going to do, right? So, okay, well, once again, I have yammered on for way longer than I normally do. So I believe that is all that I have for you guys this week. I wanted to answer the second question that I have that was kind of just kind of wanting to know more about me and my history and me personally. And I'd like to get into that, but I kind of ramble. And so I'm going to save that for a week where maybe I realize that I do have some time that I can fill in and do that for you guys. Because I want you to get to know me. I'd love it if I could get to know you. I wish there was that back and forth. Someone had actually, on our group, had suggested we try to do one of the virtual hangouts, the virtual knit nights. And so if anybody has any real experience, maybe wants to set that up, I think that could be a lot of fun. It'd be a great way for me to get to know y'all. I feel like it's so one-sided, and I wish there was that back and forth. So, but until next week, it was great hanging out with you guys. It was great seeing you guys. And I will see you next week. Don't forget, always be awesome. Bye-bye.